Welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be doing from start to finish technical analysis on Walton chain. So let's get right into this. All right, so Walton chain. First, I'm going to start on coinmarketcap.com, show you where it's at and the total market capitalization. We'll run over the monthly volume rankings and then click on the website super quick, and we will go straight into technical analysis after that. I'm going to start doing this in the beginning of these from start to TA videos. The main reason for this is because I want to give as much information as data as I can about these coins when I make these videos. So let's get right into this. Scrolling down. It's going to be past the top 20. It's going to be a little bit further down here. There's WAN chain. It's Walton chain, not WAN chain. Make sure. So here it is, 54 in market capitalization. Just below basic attention token. If you do not know anything about basic attention token, this is one that's been around really since the beginning market cycles of 2017. It might be even older than that, but it is a good coin, basic attention is. So the fact that it's in at or around the same market capitalization does show something for Walton chain. Total market capitalization is $459,521,844. Current price is $14.75. 24-hour volume ranking is at $7,355,160. We have a total circulating supply of 31,144,099 Walton chain. So about 3 times as many coins as Bitcoin, a little bit less than 3 times, but that means it's a relatively low circulating supply. Remember, some of the reasons that these coins pump is because of supply and demand. If there's a high demand for something that's in low supply, that can increase value. So let's just click on this right here, open up the tab. And it will show us the chart, which isn't bad at all. And then it will show you the markets that you can trade it on. I'm going to be doing the technical analysis on Binance. This is where you get the most volume. So it's going to give you the most accuracy in your technical analysis. But there's multiple exchanges to trade this on if you are not a Binance user, including KuCoin, which is another up and coming popular cryptocurrency exchange. So back to the charts. And let's go over to the monthly volume ranking. So if we drop under trade volume right here at the top and then monthly volume rankings, again, this is coinmarketcap.com if you guys are new to this. This is really just the most popular website to be looking at all of the different coins and their prices. Dropping under the monthly volume rankings, we can see Bitcoin at the very top here with 169 billion in 30 days. That is awesome to see. You can also see Tether directly under it. In my opinion, this is because the whales are taking the Tether that they took aside near the top of the market and buying back into all of their positions because they know that a huge cycle is about to come in cryptocurrency again. Upside, by the way. So scrolling down on monthly volume rankings, 33 of Monaco, status, Bitcoin Gold. So we're just going to try and find Walton chain here on the volume ranking list. See where it lands on this list. There's basic attention. Top. D market. Okay, Walton chain. So Walton chain is 146 on this list. Now that isn't a bad thing. It still did $143,578,000 in monthly. So $148 million in a month isn't too bad for volume. And I am holding coins with less volume than that. So it isn't, being below the top 100 isn't a determining factor of whether or not to hold a position or not. But it's really important to make sure that you are trading coins with healthy volume. You don't want anything like $70,000 in a month. You don't really want to buy or trade low volume coins. It's higher risk and lower probability. So stick to the ones with good volume, and Walton chain is on that list. So that's good to see. Now let's get into the actual technical analysis of this coin. Again, this is Walton chain versus the dollar. I talked about why I do technical analysis on the dollar charts in my last video. So if you haven't seen that, scroll back to last week and you'll see from start to finish technical analysis. Watch that video and it will explain why we do our TA on the dollar rather than the Bitcoin charts. So yeah. Let's start doing this technical analysis. Firstly, we're going to analyze this market cycle because this is a completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. So I'm going to start by doing the Elliott wave. Well, actually, I'm going to start by going into the biggest time frame that I like to look at first, which is weekly, and check on some of these candlestick patterns. So on the weekly candlesticks, we have a bullish engulfing candle that really formed between the 2nd of April and the 9th of April. So there was a bullish engulfing reversal between these 2 weeks. Again, these are weekly candlesticks, so each one implies 1 week worth of price action and movement. So yeah, there's that bullish engulfing reversal, very nice. Now let's go into the 1 day and zoom out a little bit, and let's look for a trend line. So if I take this trend line tool on the left, second one down, draw from over and up, we can find a very nice trend line that it's bounced off of as well. Okay, so that trend line is good to see. Now let's do an Elliott wave count. Impulses. So here is our 1, 2. This would be our 3 and our 4. And then that classic impulsive cryptocurrency 5 wave. Remember that in crypto, 5 waves, big picture, are the most impulsive. Now, this doesn't work as much in the smaller time frames. In the smaller time frames, 3 waves are still the biggest, just like standard stocks or commodities markets. 3 waves are still the biggest in smaller time frames, and the reason for this is because there's bots and there's robots that trade crypto, and they do it in the smaller time frames, and so they take profits early. They don't expect an extended 5th wave because they're taking profits based on an algorithm as soon as they have a position that's worth taking profits from. So, you know, in the smaller time frames, that doesn't hold true, but as long as you're on daily time frames and potentially 4-hour to weekly, 5 waves are the biggest and most impulsive in cryptocurrency. This is mainly just because people get super FOMO, lots of dumb money comes in and they buy the top and then sell the bottom. Very classic. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to count our ABC correction. So this was an A wave down to $14, the B wave topping at $31, and the C wave stopping at $8.52. So that's a complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC Elliott wave cycle. Very nice. Now, I will say that this has a consistent declination in volume, but 1 waves aren't expected to have significant amount of volume. Another rule of Elliott's is that generally speaking, 3 waves hold the most volume. So this isn't a rule 100% of the time, but generally speaking, 3 waves hold the most volume. So this is all a big 1 wave, and excuse me, and we're expecting a 3 wave to come up out of this, which should hold the most volume. So this declining volume isn't a factor which is saying don't buy Walton chain. It's just letting you know that this isn't the 3 wave. So it still has healthy volume. As we looked at earlier in the monthly volume rankings, we are 146th. I believe in monthly volume. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, 146. Perfect. So now let's do some shorter time frame Elliott wave counts. In this small picture here, dropping down to the 4-hour, we could be nearing the top of a wave. So this is mainly just because we are starting to get overbought on the short term, starting to run into resistance. This is the 4-hour time frame again. There's some resistance up here at $16. There's also some resistance at $17. Remember, markets have memory. So if there's a price that it's been at previously, it's likely to react at that price when it hits it again. So if we've had support failures at $17 and at $14, then it could likely be a resistance in the future. because markets have memories. So they're very likely to touch prices in areas that they've been at in the past. So this ABC correction down. Now let's check where this might find some short-term resistance. Again, this is very short-term TA. 1, 2. I believe this to be an impulsive 3-wave here. 3 and 4. Oops. Let me just fix this. So yeah, 1, 2. Did a nice double bottom right onto the trend line here. And then a 3, 4, and 5. Now we don't know where the top of this 5-wave is, but I suspect it to be relatively soon, considering the amount of structured resistance there is previously in the market. As you can see, this entire area is resistance. This kind of rounded shape right here. This is all heavy resistance. On the shorter time frames, big picture, it's also resistance, but we're expecting it to be broken in the next wave up. And we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, we don't expect this 5-wave to break significantly above heavy resistance. It's less likely for that to happen. So I will expect a short-term, a little ABC in the beginning of May. Very small ABC the beginning of May. Maybe back down to like $13. And from that point, I'm expecting an extremely impulsive 3-wave up to previous highs. It might make it to previous all-time highs, but we'll get into that in a second. So that's what I'm expecting as a 3-wave. Now let's go back into the bigger picture so we can do the big picture wave count. Okay, remember, big picture is the most important to pay attention to. So in the big picture, this is all a big 1, 2. So this is a 1-wave up here. This is a 2-wave down here. Dropping the C at the bottom of the 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we need to make a 3-wave to new highs, new all-time highs. I'm expecting this year. So just put a 3 up here. And again, you guys, I'm not giving you exact targets. Somebody in my last video commented, well, how come you didn't give me an exact sell order? The purpose of these technical analysis videos is to teach you how to do this by yourself. Not to give you exactly where to buy or sell. If you're interested in signals, I do have a website, highaltitudecrypto.io, where you can copy my trades if you want to start making money before you start to learn it. But I still highly recommend that you learn this stuff on your own, or at least have a general understanding of it, because it will increase your profitability, reduce your stress, and it's really fun, honestly, to be able to predict these charts. So that's kind of my, little rant about that. I will show you the direction. I will teach you the trends. I will teach you how to understand them, how to count, but I'm not going to give you exact targets. But if you do want some signals, check out my website. So yes, I'm expecting the 3-wave to happen to a new all-time high before the end of 2018. So I'll just drop that down here. 3-wave to new ATH, that stands for all-time high, in 2018. That's my prediction for Walton chain. Walton versus the dollar. Now I'm just going to publish this idea. As always, this chart will be in the description of this video. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and let me know in the box below. As always, stay profitable out there.